stories. This is interesting thing, no? Phenomena that recording. I was thinking that in the way of thinking as a core means the point where all structure is standing, no? The heart. So in that way, I was looking into this phenomena and come to dot point, that one, which I found it. You found it, it's another matter. I found it during my life, real life living with my...
What are you talking about, Sri?
The core issue of generation gap.
Okay.
Which is our topic today.
Right.
So everybody is welcome to find that, oh, this is the core issue, which is creating generation gap conflicts or misunderstanding. I found the basic building blocks of communication between child and parent. The program begins, and where the conflict or discussions or anything are like two different minds, no? It starts to see each other. How child starts to observe the parent, how parents are observing the child, and a new phenomena is being born of the two understandings. And both are creating their own world. What is that? And where it's beginning? In the communication. And from where the gap is starting between the child and the parent. Mm-hmm. Between 3 to 4 years of age. What's happening? Mm-hmm. So I found that. And I have a story about it. Now you welcome, Jenny.
What? My story?
To tell your story, yeah. I have a story. Oh. I am keeping it to tell anytime in the gap.
All right. I did write down a few things because I had to think about it. Well, I think as an infant, it's really important for the child to have the mother. And I think in society today, women go to work very quickly after a child's born, and it stretches. There's a cord that attached to the mother, and I think that affects the child at a very, very young age. I was lucky with my first 4 children. Well, actually, all of them did. I could be home, and when I did go back to work with my last 2, I worked like a 3-hour increment and could come home and nurse because I nursed all my children. But I was lucky to be able to do that. Not everybody can. So I think it starts at a very young age. And I noticed when I went on a vacation with my daughter-in-law and my son's 2 children, we went to the Black Hills. Her children are blonde and blue-eyed, and they're very, very ultra-sensitive. And all of a sudden, he would start to act out, and he was like 2 at the time, and just start being naughty. And I took out lavender oil, and I put it on his crown chakra, and it shifted him immediately. So everywhere we went, I took the oil. So there's means besides the psychological effects, there's energies that affect the children too. That lavender oil is a powerful oil that cleans their energy field. And I'm not kidding you, in a split second, his personality changed. And it was so obvious that his mother watched me and started doing it too. So that's, I think, an important point that we need to make. There's more than just the psychological part of it. We have our natural resources around us to use with our children. And that's what I like to teach. I don't know. Let me think. What about you, Pavel? Your turn.
Give us some break.
I don't feel a lot a gap. Gap means for me is misunderstanding. So there is some kind of conflict, and actually I don't have any conflict. Because I think this gap starts when the child creates its ego formation of the child. It's I mean, it's separation from the ego of parents. The child is making his own ego and try to expand it, try to find the borders. And this ego formation, it's making the gap. A gap on different levels. I mean, level of speech. Kids speak different languages. Level of level of communication, because now the gap is situated mainly in gadget form, in the form of computers, in the form of software, in the forms of videos, short videos, where the parents doesn't look, uh, doesn't involve at all. I mean, it's, but now I think the parents is fighting for the attention. Where is your attention? There is your energy. Now the attention of the kids is 90% not in the family. It's 90% in the internet. So this is the problem, and how to fight with it? Or I think the fight is bad word. The good word is understand that it's another generation, another situation, and our kids is perfect.
Absolutely.
Perfect.
Absolutely.
So it's a piece of wisdom. Yes, that you don't have to fight with your kids. You have to understand how they think and watch them and love them. I don't know, like this. So, okay.
Well, my 3-year-old grandson, actually, he's 7. I just went and saw him recently. And we got together, and I saw that he was just really, I hadn't seen him in a year. And he was really kind of, I don't want to use the word fragmented, but just kind of all over the place. He said, Nanny, I want to use your phone. And so I sat down with him and I actually did the stuff on the phone. I said, show me how to do this so that we could connect. So I went to where he was instead of trying to pull him out of, where he wanted to go, because then that created conflict, even though you have that sometimes. So that's what I found with the younger ones. Even my little Beau that's 3, he'll say, I want to get on your phone. And I go, okay, well, let's play first. And then I'll let you on the phone for a while. So then we play and we have fun. And then I go and I support it for a while. So that's what I do anyway. And it keeps me connected. Shri, your turn.
Oh, my turn. Yeah. I will narrate a story of my enlightenment.
Yes.
Yes. As Pavel said that understanding is the core phenomena of remedy or resolve. Misunderstanding is the core phenomena of all the problems. So in the Pavel way, yes, this is very, very, very wise to think like that. She says misunderstanding. Yes, misunderstanding. Core misunderstanding are responsible for millions of behaviors we perform in our life. So a program learned between 3 to 4 in behavior code may work until you die and it remains there. So my research area is learning, and research area is how people learn something, how child learns something to behave this way or that way. And if a generation gap or any communication gap happening or a conflict arising or a mistrust arising or any way, between child, father, and the mother, because the basic mind of judgment, perceptions, phenomena all arising in the very beginning, like 0 to 3. Before I is formed, the process of forming the I between 0 to 3. In 3, a child can remember its name. What is its name? So once you remember your name means a noun already done. Means an I is already formed. Core of that. Around the name, it will be formed. So, and after that comes the role play. What this name will do, how the noun will function. No? Noun is there, yes. So what is the function of the noun? So I is created. Now is child has to understand the function of this I, the function of this name, and adjust with the society. That's the learning of the child. To function. Noun it's got. This is your name, this is your father, this is your mother, this is your family. No, this is your phone number. If you get lost, this is your address. You teach the children. AI is formed. Now this I has to explore its function. Until this I was being formed, a child between 0 to 3, child is learning that to take care of my body is not my responsibility. Learning. Child is learning between 0 to 3 to take care. If I am hungry, it's not my responsibility to cook, to bring food. If I want what I want, if I'm feeling cold, if I'm feeling hot, or what my body needs to fulfill it is responsibility of either father or mother or anyone who takes the role of it. This is the learning of the child, and very deep learning. In the core, without any words, consciously, unconsciously, all the way with the feedback. If parents not taking care of the child, other person jumping on them. If mother not taking care of the child, father is jumping on mother. Father not taking care of mother, child is learning. I should be taking care of everybody around me. And particularly these two people, they should perfectly take care of me. That's the learning of the child. Now child becomes 3 years of age and transiting to 3 to 4, his I is formed, now is exploring the function. And you send him to socialization in case to the school, just to get rid of them for a few hours, these children. You just want to get rid of them, this responsibility. Child learning, again, you are preparing the box. You are convincing the child to go. So child is doing a favor to go to school. Child is doing a favor to wake up in the morning. Child is doing a favor to you, to allowing you to put the shoes. No? So whatever child is allowing you to do, child for the child is a favor. As a parent's point of view, parents want the child to make independent as fast as possible. The parents wants child. So in this two process, child is perceiving the phenomena that if I am anything doing, right and wrong, even a little bit 1%, it's in favor of you. Don't expect me to perform 100% according to you. And child thinking that even I help you to put one book in my bag, 10% work, preparing the school bag, I did a favor to you, please acknowledge. Parents not acknowledging, but expecting that you should come to perform as a 100% how to prepare your school bag. I is learning a function that how to prepare a school bag by yourself, exploring a function. In order to do so, this small child I is doing a favor for everything he is doing because he is helping the parents. He is not doing anything for himself. He is not realizing that he is doing anything for himself. He doesn't have this concrete idea of I and desire and projections in the future. But he can do something for, he learns parents doing something for me. I can do something for the parents. Only this way. But he cannot have idea to be independent or something like this. And that's where the expectations of the parents and child expectation of recognition of any small work I'm doing for myself, it's actually I'm helping you. See the logic. This logic I found running in very old age also. Same logic. And understanding is needed as an adult. As an adult, an understanding is needed. Just looking at the phenomena, that this phenomena is happening universally between a child and between a parent. So we are exploring universal communication models. So my eyesight going only to that areas which can be applied universally to all the parents, irrelative to any classical conditionings of the nations and religions. No, we are exploring the core phenomena. That's universal phenomena. So universally, you can see this phenomena between parents and child. The independence, like giving child and path of independence that he can take care of himself. Thinking that taking care of himself is his first priority. Reverse learning. This child is learning that taking care of myself is the last priority. And from there, he has to learn to grow an adult that taking care of myself is only my responsibility, nobody else. Mm-hmm. This phenomena is the cause of the fight between relationship. You can see reflecting in spouse relationship also, programs running. Mm-hmm. And it can happen in anywhere in relating, wherever this child and parent relationship will appear. Even in spouse relationship, also the play is there. The man can play as a child. The woman plays as a mother. The woman can play as a child. Man plays as a father. If it is playful, it's very psychologically very healthy. But if it is serious, then it's codependency. If you can play around it, it's very nicely releasing the traumas as a role play, no? Like as role play in relationship. If you can openly play the role play, and it's releasing the emotions, if anything blocking there. But if it is a serious phenomenon, it's really happening in psychology, then it's a codependent. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. So you see the same reflection. I'm saying one program, no? And then I'm doing, what is the learning? The child learning. If I'm doing something which is not my job, it is an imposed duty by my parents. If I don't do, I will not be recognized as a good boy, a good girl. I won't be so much loving as the punishment point. So what child is learning? is this. Negatively, the child can learn this.
Yeah.
If child has learned this, it's a basic conflict communication between a child and a parent. Core misunderstanding of a phenomenon. Core misunderstanding. Universally applied. Ego formation, learning. Ego is learning the function. What is my function?
Right.
And responsibility. Act and responsibility. Freedom and responsibility arising. Child can see I'm a victim. This is the victim mode. I'm doing something which I don't want to do. But if I don't do, I won't be so much respected, feel proud. So it's going negatively. The child is doing it. Then a meaninglessness arising in an adult mind. Same program. I'm doing something which doesn't make any sense.
That's
But
interesting.
somehow I'm doing it because my parents said it or somebody said it. In order to make them not to be negatively, and if I don't do, I can feel shame and guilt. Immediately coming in the same logical pattern. If I don't do, I will not be recognized as a good boy. I will not be talked as a good boy around me, shame and guilt. So the program so logically coming between 3 and 4, and the logical thinkings are synchronizing with experiences, sequence of experiences, and the neurons are being programmed at that time. And that judgment patterns and the way of behaviors and the way of perceiving phenomena we can carry until we die. If we can resolve this simple core issue of understanding the spark of intelligence in 1 second, we can finish. 1 second, we can resolve millions of communication conflicts. And both has to reflect, the child and the parent, both has to reflect. And this enlightenment come how? Same. When Osho, a son grown up between 3 to 4, and I observing the mother preparing the box of his, and I see. And the mother says, oh, what is this? No? Like she's expecting that he should learn first to grow as a child. Child thinking, if I did this, you did not recognize my work. Yesterday I put one book like this and that, and you did not even thank me for that. You didn't recognize that I am helping you. So what's the point? Doing your work. If I do a work in favor of you and find no rewards, no recognitions from you, why I should repeat that? And you come to me back, do your work, again, this same thing, and don't recognize it again. So expectations and rewards between relationship, which can be reflected in all relationships. And particularly this goes immediately, this relationship will be reflected the moment intimate relationship child will form with an adult in a spouse relationship. And what we struggle in a spouse relationship, basically, expectations and rewards. What you are expecting and what your spouse is capable of giving as a reward, both way. And this is the basic misunderstanding or conflict in communication.
Mm-hmm.
And the program is the same, which we learn between 3 and 4.
Interesting.
Behaviors are different in different age,
Mm-hmm.
is displaying different behaviors and appearing in a very different ways wherever the intimacy is being formed. But learn at the age of socialization between parents and child, when parents thinks that their child should be independently now, learn to socialization. can walk, he can remember, he can form the noun. He learned the noun, he can remembers the noun. Now he should learn the verb function of this I. And that in that learning, this program is formed between, and the core is formed between parents, mother, father, child. And dependency, independency, codependency, expectations, rewards, all being formed, no, as a program and reflecting later on. So if we can resolve here, and the whole, each child and each parent reflects on this phenomena, well, it reflects upon that because it's a point of intelligence. It's no need therapy.
There's many facets to that, though.
Yeah, many. Bring
Because
one. Bring one.
having 6 children, because of their astrological signs,
Mm-hmm.
they come in with different personalities.
Mm-hmm.
It's like my one daughter said, "Mom, you didn't discipline me enough." Can you imagine a child saying that?
Mm-hmm.
Uh, so, and then, numerology, when I named my last 2 children, I used numerology and I gave them master numbers. There's just so many things that you can do to affect them because it's like a big puzzle and there's different pieces to the puzzle. It's just not one
Yeah.
thing, it's just life in general. There's so many different frequencies at the same time. So I exactly what you're saying, I completely understand. And as you're talking, I'm thinking back when I was raising my children.
Yeah.
And I could relate to a lot of what you said. With the girls, I would fix their hair every day. So the teachers would say, "Oh, I can't wait to see what you do with their hair today because it's so creative." You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So instead of letting them, which I'm watching my son with his boys, and they'll
Mm-hmm.
go to school with their hair sticking out because they don't take the time to comb it. And so I'm relating those two together where I made sure my kids were, really
Mm-hmm.
together. And I enjoy that about my son and his kids because he just that's not the most important thing. And they pick out their own clothes. They pick out clothes that don't match and go to school. And I'm like, well, different generation, just like you said. So yeah, I'm relating to what you say too. But again, their personality types are, you know, it's like a parent has to go like this when you have more than one child. It's like your intuition and sensing is really important, as far as how you deal with each one, because they're all different.
You see,
So
either we sit as a family therapist, put on 2 chairs, a child and a parent, and ask them, you tell your expectations, you listen them quietly. Now you tell what rewards you can do. Now you listen them quietly. And you in the middle between child and parent, either you keep on doing therapy like this or throw a light upon the phenomena, let them both be enlightened. At least the parents should be enlightened about it.
yeah,
If child
it's
doesn't understand or not understand, but parents should understand.
communication. Yeah.
Yeah. When this program child is learning
Yes.
that time. And as a parents now they can reflect back and have fun. Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes, oh yes. With all these experiences you have, see it reflecting in all spouse relationships everywhere. In
Mhm.
therapy, we can resolve it like this, expectations and rewards. But how much? And what's the point? But if they understand, like if this phenomena becomes general understanding of the people, we can get rid of this therapy. Or even in the spouse therapy, you do the same, male, female, conflict resolving, how you will say. Man will say, this is my expectation. Female will say, I can give only this much. This is my reward capacity. Now, both will say, the just expression of it fully resolves the conflict.
Mm-hmm.
Starts to resolve because somewhere you will meet. They both start to see the limitations of each other.
Mm-hmm.
Without understanding your limitation, I can expect a lot from you. But if I'm understanding you, I know what you are capable of giving, and I expect that much. We can meet.
And that's if both people are choosing to listen.
Yeah, I'm
Right.
choosing to listen. That's a therapist. That's why they are paying the therapist.
Listen. Did you hear what he said?
For what you are paying to the therapist then?
Oh, that's cute.
Otherwise, they could resolve just by sitting each other and talking. If they have a fair talk, they don't need therapist.
Yeah, I can just see it. Now, don't raise your voice.
Yeah.
Fun. Yeah, it's relationships. It's interesting.
Enlightening, no?
Yeah, I mean, I've been through 2 divorces, so I have perspectives on all of that too, about communication. And if someone's injured, you can't fix them. They have to fix themselves. And even though you might go to counseling, if the other person isn't willing to work on it, sometimes it just can't happen. And I also believe that relationships are for learning. And so a lot of times what relationships teach you, and I'm talking about married couples, is that you learn what you accept and what you won't accept in a relationship. And so if someone's not being honorable in your relationship, you can either accept living that way and having your children watch that you're not honoring yourself, or you can remove yourself from it and show them that is not right. You need to take care of yourself. So that's kind of been my situation in my relationships of being a Pisces and sensitive. I was always trying to fix everybody. I used to be that way. Anyway, now, so yeah, you can't help somebody that doesn't want help either. So there's so many areas in that whole thing,
Yeah. This is Jenny, this is my approach in this program to bring out
Oh, yeah.
only the essence.
Yeah, you're the core.
Core
I get it.
essence from. We don't have so much time. Like 52
Basics.
episodes are not so much because we are exploring the big phenomena. So we can
Yeah.
go for the core issues and then details we can talk about. We have a lot of time. But
Yeah.
like in this 52 first year, I just want to pinpoint like very essentials. So this was my one of the essential. Like this way we can find a lot. But one of the core issues, which in my observation and live experience, live experience with that. So yeah, was my story to tell about it. And this is how I'm working, and this is my NLP, natural language programming. So because I also come exactly like I also come to a person, I'm giving alchemy. I was giving alchemy for 7 days. And the same program came. There's a conflict between, it's not that the person is not rich and not well and not well educated and not known to psychology and philosophy. In every way, rich person in education, in money. But sometimes we are missing, no? And then the same phenomena I saw, it came, a conflict arising between a misunderstanding between father and a child.
Oh, yeah.
No? And child is the father of the man. This was my research area. How child is growing with the program to become a father. And so I'm the expert in this, learning this. And when I showed him these things, finished just by seeing this, the phenomena, that all conflict resolved because it's just a misunderstanding,
Exactly.
a misperception. Like nobody can see the child not seeing how the parents seeing it, the parents not seeing how the child is seeing. Like we are not putting our feet into the other people's shoes, no? Some proverb there, putting your feet in other shoes, like to understand somebody else's perception.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. But there's many paths to the same destination. There's many paths to the same destination.
Many paths to the same destination. I'm just saying that seeing this core phenomena, a lot of like conflicts, like you come like unburdening yourself from shame and guilt. There's logically it's connecting to shame and guilt finally.
Yeah.
In any way, misbehavior between parent and child both can fall in the trap of shame and guilt. If mother becomes angry, beats the child, punishes the child, if child becomes angry, beats the mother, or misbehaves with the mother, in any misbehavior between parents and the child, logically goes to the converting program into shame and guilt. Basically.
Yeah.
That we have to see. That's the dangerous program. Any misbehavior to the degree of shame and guilt, they are parallel. A very deep psychology, but we need to understand this. So any shame and guilt, we have a parameter. If any shame and guilt we are carrying, it's not a positive energy for our future in any way.
I agree.
Rather than it's a block and pulling us back to the, not moving towards the future with our potentiality. It's holding us back. So as a parameter, we can see it, shame and guilt and misbehaviors, miscommunication between parents, parallel.
Oh, I think religion plays a part in that too.
Pardon?
A religion plays a part in that.
Well, I don't want to go to throwing responsibility on any institutions for this.
Yeah, I know.
Because if we want to liberate people, every individual has to take responsibility for this, means to see it.
Right.
No need to bring any other institutions here who is playing what. It's just the truth. Observe it. Everyone needs to see it. Very simple.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, we don't care about religion here or any scripture. Intelligence doesn't need to ask permission from any authority to see whether I should see the cup as it is or not. And not allow someone to prevent it. Other is not a question. Here, just an individual throwing light into a phenomena, into the same life and seeing it, wow, a program is running like this. And the moment you drop it, transformation. What new you will learn for sure, everyone has to live life and learn. What new learning we learn, we don't know. But at least this much learning is not bad, not less. And on this foundation, you will start a new way. You will start to explore a new way. If conflict arising, you will see that there is a creative possibility. What it is, we don't know. But there is a possibility. Before, there was no possibility.
Right. I get it.
At least we are opening to a possibility of throwing one light to a phenomenon and letting people over it. We are living in an age of wisdom. So we have to throw this pulse of wisdom somewhere to the people. So one pearl is enough. What's the wisdom? Just see, and then you will see what is wisdom. What is wisdom? A wisdom arising just by seeing. because you have hundreds of validations, events supporting a principle, supporting a learning, an observation. This is intelligence leading us to wisdom.
I have a short thing I always say: release emotion to understanding.
Mhm.
Release emotion to understanding. When the
Yeah.
emotion creates reaction, which
Mhm.
creates fear, hate, anger. But
Mhm.
if you take the situation, and I told my children this, and observe it before you react, and you'll know what your place is in it rather than getting emotionally involved in it.
Mhm.
So that's one of my affirmations: release emotion to understanding. Because once you
Mhm.
understand, you don't have to get upset about it.
Yeah. You will always go through a creative solution to the situation because you are
Yeah,
not observing it as a problem.
right.
Because you already know the root cause of the problem. It's a balance between expectation and reward. So you will start to see and find a balance somewhere.
Mhm.
A wisdom will arise. A wisdom supports thousands of acts, but a skill can support one act, two
Mhm.
acts. Wisdom supports thousands of acts. It is behind relating to this, relating to that, relating everywhere it will come. So it's the vision, it's a wisdom. No? It's a wisdom. It's giving you a vision. Under the vision, you can say millions of things and things like, but it's the principle arising and giving you a vision. Next time, any idea you will think between parenting, this vision will be there. A light will be there. Under this light, you will think.
There's one more really big aspect, though. Um, you cannot get mad if you're breathing properly. That's in my, that's one of my sayings. You cannot get mad if you're breathing properly. When
Ah,
I've
yeah.
noticed when people get upset, they quit breathing, they become shallow. And our breath
Mhm.
is what keeps us balanced and is our life
Mhm.
force,
Mhm.
literally.
Mhm.
So I just wanted to throw that in there because that's what I do, or I used to do it more and I don't need to now. But when I would start to get emotional, I would take some deep breaths and that would help as well as understanding. Two important facets, I think. How about you, Pavel?
Pavel is
You
driving.
I just
I was.
one thing. You mentioned a few times reflection, and for me, reflection is connected to the mirrors. But from my
to the what?
mirrors,
Mirror, mirror.
Mirrors.
yes,
Okay.
yes. And from my tantric understanding, that this mirror, every person around us is the mirror for us. We
Mhm.
can see some kind of our reflection in them. But this mirror is not solid. If you look through the mirror, there is a God. Behind any person, there is a God. And that gives the very optimistic picture of the universe.
That's,
And
I agree.
this is my point.
Yeah, I agree with that.
The
It's all
Pavel
in
is
perspective.
saying that any picture we see, it's over a canvas.
Say that again.
Any picture we see is over a canvas.
It's over a canvas. Okay.
So what he is saying that pictures are personality, characters, behaviors, and the canvas is one.
Mhm. Good analogy.
Canvas is one. Pictures are different. So we are different in our different pictures in personality, but we are playing over the same canvas.
Yeah.
That way,
Mhm.
same way he brings things in the perception mode. If you put the same analogy that I'm looking at the mirror, it's a reflection.
Mhm.
But beyond the mirror, there is a soul. This soul is a canvas.
Mm-hmm.
In different way of, I'm just correlating that you can represent the same thing in a different way. And good that one is earth, you are water, and I am sky. Balancing between the two.
And
Yeah.
I am the
Totally.
earth,
What
earth
are you,
element,
Pavel? What are
earth,
you,
earth,
Pavel?
earth element,
You're what?
Earth.
earth, earth element, land.
Earth. Oh, we
Yeah,
have
or
three elements here. All
yeah,
right.
three
What?
elements. Two missing. Two missing. Still be a two missing. So I come as a immediately to combine all together, no? Put in under the akasha. So I'm just saying that what he is saying, but I give the analogy, they both are same.
Yeah.
But he is complicated for person to comprehend. Looking at the mirror and beyond the mirror image, there is a soul. It's very difficult for mind to think about it, no? But
It's not
if you
only
give
the soul; it's God. It's
a God,
yes, the soul of
God.
the
So
God.
it's very difficult to think I'm standing in front of the mirror and I'm looking at my image, and behind this image is the God.
Mm. And every person is the mirror, and
And
every
Jenny is
person.
popping up with an idea, very emphatic idea. We stop. We stop. She is coming with something very solid. Let's listen. Yeah, Jenny, please.
Okay, I have a good analogy of that.
Mm-hmm.
So, looking at God, well, we're gods because we came from God. And what is God? God is what I've seen is a infinite intelligence, infinite love, infinite colors, infinite perfect everything. And we are reawakening to who we really are because the possibilities are unlimited. So, God to me isn't a man in the sky, it's the perfect balance of masculine and feminine. And when we look at our children, we see what characteristics or what I have done is of the masculine and feminine in them to balance those together so that they have balance and compassion and just that whole balance thing. So, I mean, that's my perception of God or looking in the mirror, is to see that. And really try looking in the mirror because I saw my aura in the mirror the other
It's a very
day.
good. We call
Have you
it
ever
God
done that?
therapy. If no
What?
therapy works, I tell you, Jenny, if no therapy works, God therapy always works. Remember,
Yeah.
God therapy. This is one of
Mm-hmm.
the God therapy technique.
What? Looking in the mirror?
Any problem comes, stand before a mirror, look into that, and remember beyond you, God.
Yeah. Great place to manifest too. It's
In
look in the
any
mirror.
way, in any way,
Yeah.
it's a God therapy technique.
Oh, it is.
It works in emergency very well.
Hmm.
Mm.
I just was freaked out because it's the first time I looked in the mirror and actually saw my own aura. Whoa, I'm seeing my aura. Kind of
At least
cool.
you saw the
Anybody
reflection
listening
of
to this,
God.
try it, right?
Reflection of God.
Yeah.
Not the God full, but your aura is a reflection of God.
Well, and everybody has that. Yeah.
In another way, in the theory of recognition,
Mm-hmm.
in theory of recognition, if you, wherever you are surprised, there is God.
That's a good, I like that.
It's a theory of recognition. Instant in enlightenment techniques. Wherever you are surprised, there is God.
Mm-hmm. It shifts your consciousness, doesn't it? Mm-hmm. I get it.
And technically supporting the Sanskrit text behind it, it's called Vismayo Yog Bhumika in Sanskrit. To be this beveled, like this surprised, is the preface of yoga. Now yoga begins. before you go into the yoga, this is a preface. And this preface is being surprised.
Mm-hmm.
And the union will begin with the God. So surprise is the preface over which union begins.
And I realize now that this generation gap can be the surprise. and
No,
and can
I will be
and can be
surprised.
and can be the start of yes, yoga.
Once this understanding, what we are talking in this, at least this 1 hour understanding, seeps into any person, the idea of generation gap will die.
Mhm.
The idea of generation gap will die. Nobody will see the gap because this is the essence, this is the heart, the core.
Mhm.
Now, both generations will start coming together like for a common goal. There will be no gap, but there will be a common goal. We will start to arise between amongst many generations, a common goal. Right now we have a goal, but it's one generation, one goal, another generation, another goal, another generation, another goal. That goal are not combining together, not feeding each other, sometimes coming against each other, sometimes becoming competitive. And this understanding will resolve.
Yeah, I feel that it's very important to have music around children because I think it affects them. And if a parent gets involved in it, that's another way for a parent to get involved with the child is to be musically involved, whatever instruments they take. Because I think it affects the brain too. I think there's there's so many facets. We're talking about the core right now, but it's like Kundalini yoga. There's all these other, you know, that's the big umbrella. Anyway.
No, something will come out, Jenny. Once this core understanding will set up, their life will be different.
Oh yeah.
Very different. Very different. There will be a lot of things will be happening. Like first of all, if we resolve the core principles between a relationship conflict, first of all, they will start spending more time together. Once you will start spending more time together, something will come up.
Yeah.
And if it is releasing from shame and guilt, this energy will have enormous energy and coming creatively together. So we can imagine our science and culture evolving very fast speed that will cope up with the science. The science will evolve very fast. If our mind, which has to function 100% to keep up with the science, to keep up the knowledge, which has to function 100% of each person who is here. So in order to do so, if we can resolve this program conflict between generation gap, so this and release the power from shame and guilt, which is holding a lot between parenting. So if this is released, the result will be sharing time together will increase. Because the conflict is a reason not to share time together. So if you're resolving conflict, we'll go reverse direction and look for avenues to share time together. And that's the one of the basic phenomena, if you ask the heart desire of anyone between the parents, is to spend time, quality time with the heart together. And that will have enormous force and creativity to bring out. What it will be, we don't know. But at least it will give us, our brain will evolve very fast creatively.
Well, yeah, and if parents would just take, when they get off work and they come home, I know they're tired, they're transitioning. But if they take 10 minutes and focus totally on the child, And I told my kids this. The kids won't act out after that. Because what happens, they come home, they have to cook, they have to do this. The kids start being naughty. It's because they didn't give them that 5 to 10 minutes. Because that's what I found. If I could give them 5 to 10 minutes of my total, focused on them, it created an environment for the rest of the evening so that I could take care of everything else I need to take care of. I just wanted to throw that in there. You know me.
So this was a sudden, I was missing out of the topic. When you say what topic, I was thinking. And then yesterday before it came, this topic is very much important to say this. Let's say what's next. It's always interesting what comes next.
You never know.
They have to give
fun.
at least
surprise.
At least 52 pearls. 52 pearls we should provide. Resolving generation conflict.
That's right.
So see you next Wednesday. And I think this was insightful talk. And find out a topic if you find a enlightening topic.
Yeah, let me think about that. I will. Because I love the interaction between us. It really feels good. Because we all come from different perspectives, but we're on the same path.
No, but we started to understand each other's perspective, no? Now. I am there, no? In one plate all together. Holding in Akasha. Akasha looks like he's not needed. It's nothing. No, like Akasha is an element. Nobody thinks that it's needed even. Akasha. Everybody thinks water is needed, air is needed, earth is needed, but nobody thinks empty sky is needed. But it's the catalytic agent needed, no?
Yep.
So see you next Wednesday.
Thank you.
Bring out new stories. Even we can relate from the past. We can have a past reflections about the same